A number of prominent Donald Trump allies, including two of his top officials at the FBI, were among the loudest voices whipping up Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy theories in the months leading up to Donald Trump's second term. And they so thoroughly convinced large segments of the MAGA base that the government was hiding something on Epstein that those same MAGA voters are now refusing to accept anything else. Kash Patel and Pam Bondi's admission that there's nothing there, well, they don't want to hear it. Quote, "We have been duped, had, and epically betrayed," said someone known as the Patriot Voice, a big voice in the MAGA world. And AG Pam Bondi should be fired, according to Laura Loomer. Joining us now, staff writer for The Atlantic, Tom Nichols, and opinion columnist for The New York Times, David French. David, this is ridiculous. What a ridiculous topic of conversation that we are having. Isn't this ridiculous?
It's absurd, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not absurd to MAGA. I mean,
no.
To understand the importance of this, you have to understand how MAGA views the world. And they look out at the world, they look out at government, and they see a vast conspiracy of perverts, pedophiles, etc. I mean, we remember all the QAnon stuff from the 2019, 2020, 2021 era. And they have this incredibly dark and conspiratorial view of the world. And so this is one of the reasons why they're so enthusiastic for Trump, why Trump's quirks or faults or flaws don't bother them, because they're taking on much bigger game here. They're taking on pedophiles and all of this. And so when this happens, when MAGA heroes like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi burst that bubble, they're not going to take that very well, because this is foundational to their worldview. It's foundational to how they view America. And the truth is not going to get in the way of that.
Does it fracture the support enough to hurt the party, hurt Donald Trump, hurt the next version?
I mean, it might hurt the next version, but as far as hurting Donald Trump, the one thing we know about MAGA is they will fight and fight and fight, and all the squabbles end when Trump speaks. So when Trump speaks, then everyone falls in line. Now, they might be mad at Pam Bondi. They might be mad at Kash Patel, and those fights will continue. But it is still the case that MAGA contains multitudes, and you can be for a vaccine, against a vaccine, for Ukraine, against Ukraine, believe there's a list or believe there's no list, as long as you still fall in line behind Trump. I don't see any sign of that loyalty cracking. But once you get past that, once you get past Trump, MAGA is a fractious, angry movement that is often at war with itself.
So, Tom, isn't that just, I mean, I know we've talked about this before, and this is not a new insight, but isn't it so interesting that despite all the factions and the fractious debate and the separate interests among so many of Donald Trump's supporters, when he speaks, everyone just listens to him? Why does Donald Trump have that power, and what does it say? What does it say about the party and those who support him?
The term you're looking for is a cult of personality.
Yeah.
Where, the leader is always right. And if there's dissent at lower ranks, you get, the good czar problem, right? If only the czar knew what his bad princes were up to. You've seen that several times in MAGA world. If only Donald Trump really knew, because there is no internal consistency to this. This is a movement, a cult that exists to relieve people of their boredom and a sense of listlessness and this kind of rudderlessness in their life. And you can't take that away from them when you suddenly say, listen, real life is kind of boring. There's no list, and Jeffrey Epstein probably killed himself and all that causes a lot of anger. But they're certainly not, they may not like the food served at that moment, but they're not, I think David French is right, they're certainly not going to walk out of that restaurant. And when Donald Trump speaks, that will just sort of solve all of their cognitive dissonance, and they'll just move on to the next thing.
Oh, I hate hot dogs. Oh, actually, no, I love hot dogs. Let me eat this hot dog. Let me ask you about Ukraine, Tom, because there's this debate, there's this anger about the government not being transparent about Jeffrey Epstein. There's also anger about the continued funding of Ukraine. Donald Trump announced that he's going to keep funding Ukraine today. The Hodge twins, and also another big MAGA voice, saying on X, Trump has done a lot of good things as president, but we didn't vote to keep funding the Ukraine war, and we won't be silent about it.
Sure, whatever. I think when it
we're all kind of on the same beat or same wavelength today. The ridiculous,
yeah, okay.
I don't know. Oh, gosh.
We didn't vote for it, but we will, and we won't. Okay, well, whatever. What's most interesting, I think, about what's happening with not just Ukraine, but with a lot of stuff in this administration, is how quickly Donald Trump either admits or pretends not to know what is actually going on around him. Who paused the Ukraine weapons shipment? I don't know. You're the president. It's kind of your job to know. Was it Pete Hegseth? Was it you? Who's going to restart those things? Well, we're looking into it. And I think what you're seeing partly is, look, Trump understands his own movement. He understands that you never say anything definite, because that's in part how the people who follow him relieve that cognitive dissonance by saying, well, he didn't really say that, and he didn't really mean this. And so you leave it all kind of mushy, say, Mr. President, are you thinking about doing X? And he goes, yeah, we're thinking about it. And you can walk away from that saying he's not going to do it, or he is going to do it, whatever it is. And that's very purposeful behavior on his part, because he doesn't care about policy. He doesn't care about issues. He cares about power and keeping it. And to do that, he has to keep the Coliseum entertained.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I've always likened him to a Rorschach test. You just see what you want to see with Donald Trump. And that's why people have been able to like him, despite the contradictory policies, the contradictory messaging, the stuff that just doesn't make any sense. They see what they want to see because they're entertained. They like the show. Tom Nichols, David French, gentlemen, thank you so much, as always.